Okay.
We are recording.
We haven't even worked out whose YouTube is getting this. Oh.
We'll just smear everybody everywhere.
Fights the death.
Let's all upload it and see who gets to monetize it, because it'll be basically like Russian roulette at that point.
And the winner was ad rev for a third party.
Yeah. Well, I'm not on YouTube. I was dragged here against my will.
Oh.
So we have
Better turn the fan off just in case, because that's not what that is. That's so
yeah. I lose my
Which is quite warm in here.
We have two piles of candy. We have the Danish pile over here I brought, and the Irish and British pile that
Omega and Hagen brought.
Yeah. They're going to poison me. I don't know why I'm here.
Is it edible? No, it's very much not edible.
Okay, now everyone, we're all going to try the Danish stuff, and we also these guys have also not tried the uniquely Irish stuff there, because there is some.
Yes.
I'm interested in dairy milk tiffin.
I think the two things I have tried of this is I've tried the chocolates, the orange thing, and the cinnamon. I haven't tried the rest.
Has everyone tried those two things then?
Yes.
Okay, then there's no need for them to try here. Whoever wants the most can take them home with them.
Victories.
Well, we can break them.
I want the orange ones. We don't have these in Denmark.
Alright,
I hate mint chocolate, so I don't want those ones. That works out fine.
I'll put them in a camera shot and disperse them amongst us later.
Anyway, secret.
Okay, go ahead and choose something.
So should we start with the Danish pile, or I think we take one and then one and then
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Well, there's more.
And I think this is the showstopper, so we should end with this. As I told, this is the one that almost killed Filmbrain 2 years ago, and this one is stronger.
Do you want to die at the beginning or the end of the video?
End.
Well, let's start with something nice.
Straight in.
Yeah, let's start pleasantly and then escalate.
So a lot of our stuff is pleasant.
So
I like this. I eat this
I think
regularly.
because everyone's so curious about it, let's start with dairy milk tiffin.
Go up and show it to the camera.
That's the best I can do.
I'm not sure what tiffin is. I've heard it. But
It's a tipping cake, isn't it?
What it said on
It looks like
the
biscuit.
internet was that it was a flavor that used to be
Milk
a thing in
chocolate with
dairy
dried
milk.
grapes.
Oh.
That points to the back.
What?
Oh. Well,
Apparently it's some traditional Irish thing that used to be back in the day, and they took it away and they brought it back, and it was a big deal.
It's also the name of a cake in India, so maybe it's an old Victorianish type thing which is evolved,
I don't know.
died out.
Like by grapes, they mean
Maybe we only
raisins,
have
right?
to open one right now.
Yeah.
That's not how we did it. Came from the super value.
Pass it
square.
along.
pass the chocolate. Thank you.
As we tell, it's the last supper. Eat, my children. But
There are
this is
lumps in it.
This is the bottom of the Cadbury.
That's called the tiff.
We're having a right tiff right now.
There's biscuit in it.
It's quite moist.
I got a raisin.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, biscuity raid and stuff.
Yeah.
Very chocolatey, kind of overpowering it.
The biscuit, it's the
Taste of Ireland.
It's the little
So it is.
tubs you can get with liquid chocolate in it, and you get a biscuit sort of stick like that, and you sort of rub it in and you lick it off. Or maybe that's an Irish thing too.
Do you barely taste anything else, and not just as chocolate, it's just regular chocolate.
Yeah, it's just
It's like fruit and nut, but without the fruit.
Chocolate,
with a
but
bit of biscuit.
yeah, chocolate, but slightly lumpier.
Yeah.
So apparently
lumpy
people were
chocolate.
begging for this to come back to Cadbury's, so this tells you what they get up to in the Republic, I guess.
Yeah, Roger Brown's a bit crap.
Yeah, it was
So
alright.
I think this is probably the most familiar, what we already know. It's just hard candy, but with cream tablets.
Werther's Originals.
Yeah.
Now I'm the granddad.
I can't buy them because if I buy them...
Does that mean you get to do very creepy adverts?
Well,
Yes.
hard candy
I
is
know.
actually quite regular in Denmark. I was quite surprised when I figured out it's not as common in other countries, but we have like a lot of hard candy stores where they do hard candy behind a disc that you can see them make this stuff.
Yeah.
I saw this video on YouTube where people were flipping out, oh my god, they're making hard candy like that and it's so special and they're making stripes. I'm just, dude, I've seen that 1,000 times. My mum made it.
I'm quite partial to the chocolate Werther's originals that they make.
Oh, they do chocolate Werther's.
Yeah, at least at one point they did, and they were a bit softer than the regular ones.
Yeah, they have the nice soft middle ones, which I can't buy a bag of because they'll just be gone, and I'll be like hidden under like a pile of golden wrappers.
Or it's gone straight in.
Oh, no, sorry.
Oh, these are really nice.
Oh, damn it, I was hoping she'd forget me. Why are there crosses on it? Is it for the Danish flag?
Just to stave off vampires as you eat it.
No, it's, I think it's the Crusaders cross because...
That's
It's
going
the
to be
Holy
controversial
Ghost.
in certain parts of the world. Oh well.
No, so it's very Werther's originally.
Yeah. Very
It's
nice.
quite nice in that regard, but
Less strong
it's
flavour.
going to take a while to suck it. I'm going to have
Well,
to.
no, because I always crunch on.
Someone who's going to edit this is going to have to fast forward this bit while we just burn it down a little bit.
I have that thing though, if I have a hard candy, I have to like crunch it immediately. I'm sorry.
Your dentist is rubbing his hands.
He is though. But he's a nice guy, so.
Okay, we've got something else from the British pile is going to happen. We can discuss what's going to happen next.
Well,
Is there anything else though that everyone's tried?
Everyone's tried Turkish delight, surely. Well, no, it probably hasn't reached.
Have you tried? Did you try proper Turkish delight or fries?
I have no idea. I just tasted something called Turkish delight, and I didn't like it. But I don't even remember what it. I think it was very, very chewy.
Did it have chocolate on it?
No.
Then
Oh,
you
so
have
you had
not
real
tried
Turkish
this.
delight.
No, you
That
had
was
stuff.
real. This is the sort of chocolate bar version, which is very
God,
different.
it's so bad. The
You'll
Chronicles
probably
of
hate it
Narnia
even
lied
more.
to us.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
lied to
yeah.
us
One of
all.
the best things about any video of Americans trying British stuff is them trying Turkish delight and going fries Turkish delight and going fucking mental because they all hate it. I've never seen an American who likes
It's
it.
because it's nasty. You just have to do it to confess it to yourself. It's nasty.
No, it's
I
not.
love it. I don't like
Why?
it. It tastes of roses and
Is this because of
things.
Margaret Thatcher? Like, I mean,
Yes.
Every
As a direct
everything
reaction
is
to
Margaret
Margaret Thatcher.
Thatcher.
I like
no. I have a theory that that's why British candies are so chewy. Because back in the day, Margaret Thatcher outlawed fun, so that's what you had to do to amuse yourself. But she's like, she wanted toffee forever. Because like I buy like wine gums, like oh, it'll be done someday.
We used to run up to the city hall and shout, "Ignore the law, break down the door." That was more fun.
Okay.
Alright, I've managed to burn off that one
We're such a hardcore punk.
with the aid of teeth. So,
But my teachers got
God.
time to do it.
that sounded weird. That came out very
You've got
weird.
very hot teeth.
You said what we were all thinking.
Your teeth, though.
Well, I held up earlier.
So, should I get it over
Yes,
with?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Sure.
I think I have tried this before and really disliked it, so this should be interesting.
Oh, you okay? Yeah, you got to try it too again
Love
then.
Turkish delight. I
My
like the
great,
proper stuff better.
my great aunt Minnie would always bring
Oh,
like
there's only three of them,
gel
so we just
chocolates
break
to
Like a
you know,
a
to
nibble.
gatherings, and
Somebody who have
Yeah.
Well, we know what it's like. You know what it's like. So, Maddie, here you go. I'm just going to share one.
I can already feel the chewiness is good.
I'm probably going to buy one of these, and then someone who likes it, I'll offer it to someone who actually likes them.
Right, who hasn't? Oh god.
I've managed to check myself.
it's coming off.
No!
No! Oh no!
It's the not delight.
Oh no! It's a
Oh.
pretty color though.
So this is what it looks like on the
Oh, it's
inside.
so nasty.
And as I
It's
tell,
great.
it's kind of,
It's great.
you can already see it doesn't, it bends, but it doesn't come up, so.
Can I have a bit that hasn't been in your mouth? I eat this all the time.
See?
It's got a very heavy consistency, which I think is why I find it disagreeable.
It's very glutinous.
I bet you get some tissues through. Or
It's like Swedish pudding. Well, pudding in Sweden is very different from in British people, but that's also, you know,
Yeah,
like a block of gelatin.
It is
Pudding would be
basically
awesome.
it is basically chocolate on a jelly, and therefore
Horrible.
Chocolate on a rose-colored jelly.
yeah, and therefore somewhat
Rose-flavored jelly.
unpleasant, unfortunately.
You know, I had once. I had
There
a
are
rose-flavored
no,
soda.
I was looking to see if we
I'll try that.
It was
I would try
awesome.
that. Yeah.
The thing about rose flavoring is that it tastes like soap.
Yeah, it's gross. Oh, I should have brought some Parma violets. Then
Oh,
you could try
no,
Parma
Oh,
violets.
man,
violets
they
are
are
so
the-
disgusting.
I love Parma
Weird.
violets.
I
And
can eat them. I'm not a massive...
Parma violets are like, you know those
give
little
them to
little
them,
sheets
their
you put in the
heads
dryer?
explode.
It's like the, you know, like it's got fabric softener in it. Parma violets are like sucking on one of them.
You see, I like Parma violet, but I cannot contest the fact that it does taste like soap.
If we try
There's-
some
there's no-
king of Denmark, we don't even have a king right now, we have a queen.
Takes it so really I find really off-putting and stuff. Like oh wow, I shouldn't be eating this.
Yeah, yes, it's gonna make
Like if it tastes like a
My
cleaning
gut's
product
clean.
smells, you know.
So what are these?
So these are the king of Denmark. Again, a very old recipe and have a very distinct taste. And as I said, the ironic thing is we don't have a king right now, we have a queen. Like England, we have Margaret II. But the next one is going to be a king. A son, Frederick the 14th.
Indefatigable.
So they haven't bothered to change the branding. That's why it's
And as I said, it has a very distinct taste of this herb called star anise.
Like in aniseed.
Aniseed.
Chocolate starfish.
Yeah.
I love aniseed.
I heard the anus part of that and was slightly worried. But,
It's got a little thing on it.
Yeah, it has a crown on
Oh,
it.
it's Hardian. Okay.
I love aniseed.
I hate aniseed.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
It's like the
for science.
oh
The bits in the licorice also.
yeah, it's like if you ever had not a fruit salad, the other one.
Oh, yeah, blackjacks.
Yeah, blackjacks.
Yep.
Tastes exactly like blackjacks.
Yep, absolutely.
To the bin.
Which makes sense because they taste like aniseed. Blackjacks taste like aniseed, so of course.
Yes. Yeah, same thing. Yep.
So I really hate
you're
licorice and I
actually-
really hate aniseed.
Oh, there you go.
So this is like my...
That was lovely.
I hope the toilet flushing in the background isn't...
I don't think so because the aniseed flavour. It's a nice palate
bless you.
cleanser.
It's supposed to be.
I shall offer you the bottle so you can taste it.
Mine was also
this as
delicious.
All Caribbean, but they do it great.
Yum yum, no more for me.
Caribbean stuff is either amazing or terrible.
I'm enjoying this, but I feel we need to move along, so I'm going
You need the bin.
to... Yeah, hang on. I shall utilise this bog roll.
Okay, what do you want to try next from the other pile?
Shall we go Vimto?
Okay.
Oh, Vimto, they are very nice. I will point out that Vimto is an anagram of vomit, though. So,
Yeah.
Vimto do it's kind of weird because a lot of the fizzy Vimto has kind of superseded the plain one, hasn't it?
yeah,
Which is a bit weird.
because it's like a really old drink, it's the proper traditional.
Sorry, what's
Yeah,
my
but
food
it's,
your brain try and figure out how to open
I
a
know
pack
in the past had
of
some.
sweets.
I might have actually already tried this because I had some chewy ones and they were actually quite nice. But I'll try it again just to be.
For
on the safe
audience
side.
members, Vimto is traditional British drink. It's got like berries and grapes and stuff in it.
I like the drink, but I've never had
It
the
tastes
taste.
of purple.
It doesn't.
A lot of soft drinks have really started to brand themselves in other forms, like Tango. There's loads of Tango licensed stuff, isn't there, recently? Or at least I seem to
nice.
Just even stuff like scented candles and things like that.
Why we have chewed scented candles in our shop?
This is really chewy. It's almost like gum.
Uh-huh.
Almost like gum.
It's
It's
basically
designed to remove your fillings.
Yeah.
it's basically we have something called a chewit, and that's basically it, what with Vimto flavouring.
It's a really nice.
Such a great advert for it, so we're all like, oh yeah. This is
I'm still
not
chewing the
bad.
aniseed. I'm trying to get that out and then.
I like how the British stuff is lovely, wonderful, and oh.
Well, you
nice.
didn't like the cream ones.
Yeah, those were nice, right?
Well, we've gone through two, but we haven't gone to the strong licorice yet.
Yeah, I like chewits, but slightly heavier in consistency.
It's like now and later, but not as chewy. Because now and later can be quite powerful.
And ironically, tastes a bit like a fruit salad.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is a hint of that actually, isn't there?
We do have something kind of like it in Denmark, but it's not quite as chewy.
Right, we're heading towards Licorice Town, I think.
Oh no.
Can we just get over and done with?
Yeah, I think I'm taking a break from hard candy. There's two more hard candies, which are these two. These are actually also licorice hard candy, and this is the spearmint.
The mint's fine, but why do you have such licorice?
Because she asked me.
Yeah, because there's all kind of me saying, psst, hey, can you bring me some more of that salted licorice? I'll bring you something in exchange. Why don't we have a cultural exchange?
And also, that's the thing so unique to Denmark. I should bring
This
this stuff
looks
you
like
don't
it's
know.
going to be very, very salty.
This is salty fish. So that's the Danish words for salty fish.
Yeah.
And it's literally small fish covered in salt.
Yeah, I could hear the salt when you move the packet. You know, I get a bag, like a bag of fruit pastels, and the sugar has just sort of like come off in the packet, and it sort of accumulates at the bottom. It's had that kind of effect.
Us in this part of the world are crazy. We do not understand why salt goes on sweets.
Yes.
But we're about to learn.
High blood pressure.
It's actually quite good.
My mom loves these. She eats them all the time. That's
I really
her
like them as
favorite
well,
candy almost.
Oh God, damn
It's
it.
not that salty. Big baby.
No, it's not because it's salty. I eat salty food all the time.
Oh.
It's just it's licorice and salt, and it's like I don't like licorice.
It's salted aniseed. Yeah.
I really like it. It's
You
quite
dick.
subtle on that.
No. To the bin!
No, that's good.
To improve my collection.
And that was a, yeah, not such a potent one, should I
Yeah,
say.
delicious.
The aniseed is still fairly strongish.
Mm.
I wouldn't say that was
10 points.
my. I wouldn't say that was my favourite. I have to say.
Mickey looks slightly unwell.
I think I had those in Iceland, because Iceland loves licorice and terrible candy as well.
But I'm a tough person. I am going to power through this. Like that time that I decided to see Keith Lemon in the cinema.
Oh God, we all did that. Why? Now,
So,
Right.
what's next on the agenda of toxins?
Well, has anyone not had curly whirly?
I think everyone's had curly whirly, haven't we?
I never had
Only you
curly
haven't
whirly.
had curly whirly.
I never
Curly
had-
whirly
so
are
this is
nice.
just
Well, I've
me.
not had the little tiny ones.
They look like worms though, don't they?
They do. It looks like they pulled a worm's head off on the front cover.
But it's different. It's different from like having cheese and cheese on toast. It's the surface area, so it could taste completely different.
I like curly whirly. They're funny.
I've never seen them before in my life.
They're chewy.
Usually presented in
What
incredibly
is it
long
with you and
ladder
chewy
form.
candy?
Yeah,
This is what I was saying.
I'm often reminded of a Harry Hill running joke he did during one of his stand-up things where he would every so often go, "I'll have a curly whirly" as a non sequitur, and just keep coming back to it over and over
I really
again.
like them.
I think that was in the Who's tour in particular.
Ah. Can't turn down a chocolate
I
one.
mean, same, take away the taste.
Well, that's great. I actually like that.
Yeah, it's chocolate caramel. Chocolate caramel.
It's good caramel. It's soft caramel.
Probably a bit easier
So
to eat
can I
than the
break it
actual
and then
curly
done?
whirly.
Yep.
Because you bite into a curly whirly, the actual one, and the actual bars are sort of like an interweaved little ladder. And when you bite into it, the problem is the chocolate sort of flakes off,
Yes.
especially once the caramel stretches.
That's good though. Unfortunately, you can't use it as a ladder for mice like you can with a normal curly whirly. Such is life.
You missed the curly whirlies unless you like them.
I've tried curly whirlies before.
Yeah, I know, but I thought you might want one anyway.
I like curly whirlies.
And poisoning Hagen.
Yeah, sorry about that. I discovered that spitting it into the toilet wouldn't be a good idea because, you know, fish, that's their natural habitat. It didn't go down.
You just make it more powerful.
I remember
Trying to fix that.
your thing about ladders for mice suddenly reminded me of when Kit Kat changed their packaging so they no longer use foil, so it was just sort of wrapped. The Daily Mail got some stupid author to try and fill a page about uses you could use for the foil in Kit Kats. Apparently, under the impression that all kitchen foil was going to become exempt, and one of them was using the Kit Kat wrapper as a thermo blanket for mice. This was an actual thing, I remember.
Bloody hell.
So yeah, this is the Spearmint's one, and they also call Bismarck, which is German and not Danish, but that means they're also a good thing in Germany, and especially at Christmas we actually eat a lot of these. And it's one of my personal favorite candies. I eat them a lot.
Okay.
Let us sink the Bismarck.
Oh, that's
I like spearmint.
It's like,
That's
it's
an
like,
interesting
it's like
style.
candy cane.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's good.
very
Chef
minty.
proof.
yeah, that's candy cane.
No. Not much more to say on that, really, is it? It is
Oh.
bits of candy cane, really.
Got a nice kind of minty flavour. And like all the rest of these sweets, takes bloody ages to suck down.
I'm going to cheat again, actually.
So are you sucking this one rather than burning it?
I do like how we
You
can
have
hear
too
the
much energy.
sounds in everybody's mouth. It's just a... Well, the good
Like
thing about
sound
this kind of
editing.
candy is it lasts as long as when you sit with them at home.
That's true, yeah. A small packet of that will last you ages.
Thankfully, only one left, which is the licorice, so most of you are probably going to spit it out anyway.
I think we should go Scottish next. Try some macaroons.
Oh, macaroon bar, that's something.
Now, I've had this already, but I'll gladly have another piece because I think they're great.
Whereas this,
So I guess-
this isn't the original kind of macaroon. The original macaroons were actually potato based.
So everyone's gonna like break a piece off and take it. That's how we're going to do this.
So this is, that was years ago.
It's got coconut involved.
Macaroon audience.
It's like
is
got
the,
this like kind of like
it's the,
fudgy stuff and chocolate and
it's the second, Scotland's second main bit of confectionery after tablet.
so
But
good.
not as good as tablet. It's a bit like a Scottish Kendall mint cake.
Oh.
Breakfast, absolutely love Scottish tablet instantly.
It's
What,
really
what
good.
do you call it?
Which I
It's
love.
Macaroon.
You should, it's amazing.
I wanted to bring some tablet, but I couldn't arrange it.
Aw.
I remember at Magnus, I just sent him a big bag of a Scottish tablet, and that was gone by the end of the con.
No, I'm okay, I'm still eating this for you. Honey, do you want the last bit of the macaroon bar? I'm okay with that.
I'll just put it aside for me later.
I had something like this before. I just don't remember what it is.
It's very sweet though. It's quite sweet.
Roger sugar. Oh, there's got a lot of coconut in it.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Hate
I think.
Oh dear.
Oh, Scotland.
There's some coconut in 15s, but hopefully not too much for you.
I think when I usually had it in Denmark, it's in smaller portions. It's like, you know, small things you eat from a.
It's probably in potions as well.
Yeah, that too. But I meant portions, in smaller portions, like small things you eat.
Oh god. All the desiccated coconut is stuck between my teeth. Oh. There's no escape from coconut. Oh.
I'll give it a tolerable.
There are probably people in
I quite like that, actually. I think
you try it.
I genuinely think that coconut might actually be growing on there. I used to not like stuff like that for the past, but
It's one of those polarizing things. You either really like it.
it pleasantly reminded me of that chocolate, that popcorn that I reviewed recently. I did a taste test video on a popcorn called what's it called now? I think. Well, you can get it in Asda, and it's sort of coconut and cacao flavoured, so it's basically chocolate and coconut, and that's. I was quite partial to that. This reminded me of that. So.
Oh, can you have some soft licorice to take the taste away?
Oh no.
So licorice take the taste
Oh
away.
yeah, half of us are just like
This
yes,
is actually a mixed bag, so it has kind of a bit of everything.
Ooh.
Ooh.
courtesy of Haribo.
So these are actually licorice eggs with soft licorice in them, and we call these worms, which also have licorice in them. And this is soft sweet licorice. Also soft sweet licorice.
What's
and
not licorice?
these.
Oh, well, those.
This looks like some sort of small animal's poo.
I'm gonna try.
Well, they called it a worm.
I'm gonna try a worm.
We actually call it a sexy worm. A Danish word, labra laver.
Can I have
That's
one of the
right.
eggs?
Quite sweet licorice.
One of
I'll try a licorice egg.
egg.
Oh, I quite like the worm actually.
I'm still eating the spearmint thing.
They do last forever. I'm going to try the red one because there's only
It's like the
one red
gummy.
one.
Well, isn't that also?
It's just, it's gummy. That's
It's a strange taste. I don't know I can identify it.
Yeah, the yellow was just straight up Haribo.
I have a feeling that you're just sucking on that for a long time, so you can
Yeah, because I like it.
Be
and,
exempt.
and I don't want to try it. And there's only so many times I can comedically leave after having some licorice.
We're waiting with the strong one until you're done.
Yes.
You are going to taste this.
I will try the strong one.
is that the strong one or just the half strong one?
This is the strong one. This is, as I said, the one not quite a strong one, but still quite strong.
Okay.
The kids and grown-ups still love it. So what I don't love from Haribo, those creepy adverts where adults talking with children's voices.
Yeah.
yeah.
I get them especially before films. It's really annoying.
Yeah, that's good. I wish they sold that over here.
Okay,
I
alright,
probably
finish
do.
up.
It's probably one of those ones that you find occasionally, like the Smurfs one.
As you can
Yes.
see, it's a Haribo
The
mix.
Matador mix, so it's cruelty to bulls as well.
Well, in Denmark, Matador is also the word, the name of a game. The game, which is kind of like Monopoly, but a bit more advanced.
Ah,
See, I'm. What are these? I'm thinking we should try these.
that's
think,
foam
yeah.
from the back of an old sitting chair.
I'll explain
That's
this.
foam
It's
from your
Yellow
view.
Man.
Robert sofa, yes.
I'll explain this. This is Yellow Man. Yellow Man is a Northern Irish confectionery the name is based, I believe, on Orange Man, you know, the guys who march around.
Yeah.
It's bright yellow, it's honeycomb crossed with edible plastic. And
Not really, actually.
It's got the consistency of plastic.
Okay, I'm gonna have to just burst open the bag.
We got it from a local sweet shop in Belfast, and we got off the bus because it was kind of in the suburbs. We had to take a bus there. We realized what kind of neighborhood we were in because all the murals had men in balaclavas with the AK-47s and the
Is that like the Chirpies and they talk about it?
Actually, it wasn't from there. It was from a local Yellowman seller I found.
Oh, this is the
because that was several years ago.
So you're saying this is like eatable plastic?
Well, we've got
God, it really does feel like plastic. It's rock hard.
Yeah.
You can also buy it at the Giant's Causeway at the gift shop.
Again with the chewy candy.
It's like the side effect of some industrial chemical process, you know? It's like, oh, we've accidentally made this, better eat it.
It does taste like something to be made in a centrifuge.
And it took a few moments to get some traction on it properly.
Oh god, this will destroy your teeth like nothing on earth. Stick it in for months.
The first time I had it, I always got...
It is so hard. It is just plastic, but with honeycomb flavour.
It's so
that
sweet.
Was so weak of a throw.
It tastes really synthetical.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
It's bright yellow.
It's a bit like if you've got one of those like bone bananas
flavor,
and it's like, you know, got stale. It's like
That
a
is
stale
stale
bone,
fun banana.
Almost circus peanuts.
Oh, we only got licorice left on the
It's
Danish
not bad.
side.
But,
Yeah.
I can see you did bring more than me, but I'm only one person, so that's my
fine.
defense.
It's like a cheap Halloween candy kind of flavor.
I'll have to whistle down the English one.
So before we move on to the really strong one, we have some licorice hard candy.
I'm done.
And I think that what I learned is not to bring hard candy to test this.
No, don't mean licorice.
No, licorice is awesome. This is why we're. It's also got a cross on it.
Okay, so this is this is like the other one that tasted like Werther's, isn't it? Because it's got the same sort of branding on it. I don't know why I'm showing this up to the camera. The camera
This
will
is a
not
very
pick up
complex,
detail this far away.
very complex flavor. It almost tastes like there's a bit of a coffee flavor in it. It's quite nice.
choking on sheer sugar at the moment.
You saying there's a coffee flavour really sells it because I hate coffee.
Oh, good.
It's really good.
Oh, this is so nice. I totally put this one on.
Put it in your mouth.
Oh, I like this one much. Oh, wow.
Actually, I'm kind of digging it. It kind of reminds me,
Like a little
maybe
like
reminds
a
me of
chocolate
popcorn.
flavor kind of.
It tastes like burnt popcorn and sort of really old style coffee.
It's a, yeah, it's sort of
It's
like a,
licorice, isn't it?
it's sort of like a coffee popcorn,
Yeah.
isn't it? Yeah.
It tastes off.
Yeah, it tastes burnt and off. On the plus side, it doesn't taste particularly licoricey. So, for you guys, that's
Although
good.
it does get growing the unpleasant on this.
Oh, I think that's worst thing. Yeah.
The amazing thing is, it starts off quite bad, it just gets worse. You don't get used to it. It's kind of the opposite.
No.
It destroys your resistance to it.
No. No.
I think there's some pepper in this as well.
I really like it. So.
Sometimes they also mix the licorice with the pepper, and I think this is one of those.
I will be
the
asking
pepper that's really our powers.
Maybe that's
For
it.
the rest of those.
I mean, it's not horrible, but
Yes, it is.
I don't read the rest of it.
You wouldn't want to suck on this for 10 minutes,
Heard that before.
said the bishop.
Yeah.
Love it tastes like that.
So, back on the other side of the pond.
How about
eh?
nerds? Nerds are lovely.
I'm going to say, we need to wash this down, I think.
Yeah, that may be a plan.
Now there's 2 mugs in a glass. So Zara and I have already had. That's like actually my favorite flavor of Club. So we can sit this one out.
So Club is basically Irish Fanta.
Yeah.
So-
Yes.
And this is Club Zero. It's the sugar-free
I'm happy to
kind.
take a swig.
But they don't make that flavor in regular time, so it's quite nice. It's raspberry and orange.
And Club Zero, I'm assuming zero sugar,
Yeah.
like Diet Coke sort of.
See, I like to get it in a 2-liter, but it's quite dear. It's like £1.40.
Oh, that was interesting. It was actually like a little bit of fizz coming out of it, yeah. Is that
It's like a witch's cauldron.
It's the Irish mist, so it is. Going on out there. You know, my dad asked me why, because they went to the north and they were like,
Probably enough.
why is no one saying luck of the Irish and top of the morning tea? So no one says that.
No. Like where people from Japan think we eat nothing but eels. I think it's actually really hard to get eels.
Oh, I guess because like it's a thing.
That's right.
That's it. Yeah, I think that's
Maybe
right.
they
And
What's
you
a
also
bond
know
over?
how these cookies, these Danish cookies, is a delicacy in China, and they pay a fortune just to get this tin can of cookies with them of their family, and
Yes,
they
I know
cost
ones.
nothing in Denmark. It is the cheapest shit.
They're fairly cheap over here. Yeah, I can imagine.
What, like
sort of Southeast Asia.
Royal Dance.
So sweet.
Yeah, but then generally will save up for months to get that tin can of cookies and go home at Christmas.
See, every grandmother has a Royal Dance tin in her house, and it's full of beads. It's full of beads and buttons and all sorts of things.
If you don't have it, the police will actually take your house away.
It's got a very fizzy raspberry taste, which makes sense because that's one of the main ingredients. But yeah, there is a vague hint of orange, but it does taste very it's got that sort of very synthesized carbonated taste. That's not really not really my favourite.
Well, we have another mug and glass. People aren't comfortable sharing this one.
I think it's a good cocktail mixture in that.
Yeah, it's raspberry soda. That's true. It's true, guys.
Really nice.
It is nice.
It actually is nice with vodka. So.
I could imagine, actually.
Yeah, that's very much a raspberry. Ooh. It was a bit of an aftertaste. I think that's the artificial sweetness, probably.
Yeah, I think that might be what I'm picking up, the artificial sweetener. Very sugary, very...
It's not bad for a zero drink, though.
Yeah.
I'm not usually a fan of it, but...
I don't mind, Sprite Zero seems almost invisible to the original, I've noticed.
Should we take another one of the Brits before we go to the licorice?
Zero, we make a note of that. My girlfriend's diabetic, so diet drinks are very...
Yeah,
do you want to try the 15s? Because it's got coconut on it, I'm sure I really like that.
15s are a traditional Northern Irish cake.
These came all the way from a town called New Buildings. The buildings were new, what, 15 something or other?
16 something.
16 something or other.
We'd like to apologise at this moment to headphone users.
Is it? So traditionally you said these are sold in...
You might want to like split one in half because they are quite
stodgy. They are quite stodgy.
They seem dense. They are dense.
Oh, like a pound cake kind of thing.
Okay.
Wow.
Oh, that's interesting. Sort of gummy, sort of...
There's marshmallows and...
Yeah, there's marshmallows, glacier cherries.
There's coconut.
This is everything.
This seems like a combination of things I might actually quite like, but it might be too many good things at once.
Yeah, it's quite.
It's very sticky.
I'm only gonna have a wee little bit because.
Okay.
Fucking
glacier cherry.
I think I've got a bit of everything.
That's really reminded me of something. I can't think of what it is.
I couldn't eat a lot of this in one go, but it does taste good with just a little taste.
It's the coconuts really, but it's relatively subtle, so.
Motherfucking 15s. Don't pass me when I don't have a whole one.
Oh, why would you do it?
Because they're awesome. This is a small 15.
It's true. The ones you can get at Sawyer's are like
they're quite
really
nice, but you have.
Yeah, the Sawyer's is this expensive food shop at Alcon in Belfast, and they actually provided all the food for the Titanic. They sell 15s for about 3 times bigger than this.
Blimey. These are nice. But yeah, they are very heavy in consistency. They you can feel them going to your midsection.
I couldn't eat an entire one of them like you do now.
Yeah,
couldn't do it.
One of those squares, I think, cut into 6 and then put the little pieces out like that size. I think that'd be a good bite size.
I suddenly remember what they remind me of. It's I think I remember as wagon wheels.
Yes. Yes, it does. It tastes like wagon wheels. Go in the middle.
Because the marshmallow, yeah.
Yes, you're absolutely right.
And I was like, did I have a cookie with a cookie with marshmallows in it? And it's like, oh wait, that's the concept behind wagon wheels.
I'm on the shore.
Yes, they did used to be bigger.
Actually, my mother-in-law got 2 packaged, so there's
something else got in this package that's not supposed to be there.
Oh,
it's a cockroach.
There's not supposed to be white stuff in it.
Oh, that's encouraging.
Is it like a piece of like another kind
it's
of
somebody's
marrow?
tooth, I think.
No, it looks like it's something edible, but...
One way to find out.
So this was a nice surprise, I guess.
Oh, we still haven't done. There are still a couple of things here that we haven't done.
Yeah, but we're gonna go trade back and forth. Because now it has to get.
You're trying to put it up. Well, he tried it once already. You can see it on his face. He's just like, oh nah, oh nah. Yeah, it's again actually kind of a mixed bag. So we have kind of
really stuck together.
I'm having a tweeting bird one.
So this was the stuff that almost killed Filmbrain 2 years ago, and now he's trying to do it again. Brave boy.
Oh, it's very potent.
It is though. Mine's a wee shrimp. It's a prawn. It's all curled up.
It's almost burning, and how powerful it is. My God.
Oh, there's Lego piece.
I'm still finishing at 15.
It's astringent.
He lives, but it's not a good life.
It's going to be another one for the bin gods, but
Yeah,
oh my god.
That's not even the potent one, is it? Apparently.
Like, I described it to a coworker, and I said, you know the stuff that you spray on the wind?
Right at my throat. I'm scared.
This is how we feel when you try your damn Unicum drink.
Delicious. I've got immunity to that.
I was sort of like, okay, I'm going to suck it, and then it sort of went right down my throat, and then went straight up into my nostrils. So it's like,
That's by far the most powerful tasting I've ever had. Still like it. Still like it.
I've still got a blade bit in my teeth.
But these are omegas because that's what she asked for. So.
Yeah, I like them, they're good.
And we eat these regularly in Denmark, and I like them. I like them a lot. I eat them a lot.
What is wrong with you?
Nothing. I'm just Danish.
I think we should go with the Nerds next, because they are quite nice. They're American. The pound shop near me does American stuff sometimes. So.
Oh, sorry, you're mispronouncing that. Nerds!
Nerds! These are the rainbow ones, the big movie pack.
The gay ones.
Gay ones. The best ones,
that
though,
eat each other instead.
are the little packs that are like grape and strawberry. Those are the best ones. Or the,
I love American grape flavours.
I know, right?
It's my favourite.
They're-
Grape Fanta.
I've never had an actual grape that tasted like grape flavor, but someday I'll find one. And
They do grape juice flavour like that, so they must exist.
I think they're based on Concord grapes.
There's an American food shop in Dutch selling grape soda.
Oh, yeah, there's stuff in Norwich where it's so expensive. Although the Five Guys does it from their magic machine or whatever it is.
They're also selling Jolly Rancher soda.
Oh, have I tried? I think I have tried that.
I like it.
No, Jolly Rancher soda is too much for me.
It's very, very sweet, if I remember.
Is this where the American premixed peanut butter?
So you're supposed to take a handful and stuff it in your mouth?
Yeah,
Yes,
they're
I think
crunchy.
I have. I didn't do that much for it.
These
And the
are just
purple ones
pure-
are great.
These are pure sugar.
It's like taking pills.
They actually are. They're actually just sugar crystals that have been covered in candy.
Yeah, I like nerds. Nerds are fine.
They're sour.
Yeah.
They are.
Pretty great ones, that.
And they're popping.
Is it Welch's grapes?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good stuff.
I can't decide if I like them or not. Not the worst, but I don't think it's something I would
They're very-
personally buy.
Very powdery.
Zara loves them so much that she came to visit me in the States once back in the day, and I found this really great glass skull at Hot Topic, and it had like a little stopper. I bought a shit ton of Nerds, and I just filled the skull with Nerds. And then apparently that caused some problems going back on the plane.
Because it came up as liquid.
Oh,
Oh.
I thought it was Dan Aykroyd's vodka.
Right.
Well, I think there's only the Super Paratos left.
Well, there's also some stuff over here. But
Okay,
yeah.
so we'll go for the. Shall we go for blackcurrant licorice to spice it out? So
Blackcurrant's a punishment flavor, and I
Okay.
refuse to anything to do with it.
And a ruffled raspberry is what's left.
I've had all this.
Those are Ruffles raspberry.
yeah, I think
nasty.
I've had one of these, so
Oh.
I will abstain.
Yeah, I'm going to avoid because they just take so long to eat as well.
See if anybody else in Denmark can do sweet. I'm not the only one who brought hard candy. Good.
I will try it so I can say I've tried it.
I
So.
said, oh no, I don't like the raspberry.
It's licorice. Yay.
Blackcurrant is just such a
Licorice
nasty,
and
horrible
raspberry.
Well,
flavor.
unfortunately,
Yeah.
this one is also raspberry.
I don't like that one. It's. I had it for the first time a few weeks ago. And it's not that
This is really, really sweet.
Wait till you get to the toffee in the centre.
If you want it, you can have it. I brought it because it's like, that's a weird type of licorice that you might not have
Ugh.
had in
Ugh.
Denmark.
None of this.
Omega hates blackcurrant.
I don't like it. It's just something I think I like my licorice. I like my
Alright,
licorice
there's
pure.
6
You like your licorice like you like your man.
Oh,
That's correct.
Perfect. That's
Pure. Whatever the hell
And
that
black.
means.
Ah.
Yes.
Yeah, so one each.
Lightly
No,
salted.
I have one like that. I don't like the inside. It's just nasty.
I'm still working on this one.
Isn't that horrible? Ugh.
So this
You think
is
that's sweet? Wait till you try the raspberry fondant.
this is a ruffle for those of us
They're not.
playing
They're
at home.
not nice. I thought it would be quite different in the inside. It's not.
I think I had to try it worse, but it's again very synthetic. And the taste is
Dark chocolate on the.
Yeah, blackcurrant is the flavor of
So
like
sweet.
Barbie
Oh, no.
lip gloss from 1985.
Is that
That's all I can
texture?
think of.
It's actually sort of like just.
Crumbled up.
Yeah, like I thought it'd be creamy. And we
Yeah,
had
it's
some
not
back in
creamy, it's got like
stationery, and they're like, "Go on, have a sweet." I'm like,
It's all got like the consistency of Bounty Bar.
So you're
with-
not going
Yeah.
to try more of that, then I can just.
You
Oh, yeah,
don't
sorry,
expect it to be creamy. I know exactly what you mean.
So this the
Raspberry coconut.
Yeah, it's like a raspberry coconut.
it's
sweet
I
and
don't mind
sweet.
it. Oh, it's full of coconut, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, it's not what I thought it was.
Pretty means you hate it even
Yeah,
more.
it means I'll really hate it in that case. Yeah.
But you have to try it.
Oh, great.
And we have something a bit like it's called a bouncy bar.
Careful, it's rough.
Yes, yeah.
Just without the raspberry, but I can't even taste the raspberry regardless.
See, but it's like even the raspberry is like denser and like more like moist
tastes
and
like-
nice. It's just dry and.
I thought these were raspberry fondant bars.
They taste like a pink coconut.
See?
Oh, man.
Yeah, that's great, is it?
Oh, that's awful.
That's the first time we get a VCM by a fan.
Yeah. Oh. Jameson, you shove that up. Blimey.
Alright, so we are genuinely to
I
cry.
think it's already been up there.
Aww.
No.
We're genuinely at the last one now though.
Coconut is just a bounty bar. Horrible.
The Piratas. And for a long while this was the strongest possible licorice you can get in Denmark, but you can actually get one that's even stronger now because the Piratas said, whoa, it's not enough we're making a Piratas, we're also making a pepper Piratas. So if people survive this, maybe next time.
I'm down.
Well, maybe we'll love this.
I might not.
Alright, let's see how long I last with
It's a
this
wee
one.
pirate coin. It's
Probably
got like a
about
little
2 seconds.
map to treasure, and it says like 85 on it.
Yep. 5.
Oh, 13, my lucky number.
We're going to get ready because.
The second it touches your tongue, you can tell.
God, it actually burns.
Oh, God.
It is quite strong. It's nice though.
It's purple berries! It tastes like burning!
I'm just having to fight against every fibre of his being to screw it out.
This is singularly unpleasant.
I quite like it, actually.
Yeah, I know.
I'm
no.
rich with unimaginable terror.
It tastes like burning rock salt.
Is this too much on the licorice scale for you?
It's very chewy.
Any licorice is too much licorice.
Oh, yes. Yes,
Weirdly,
yes.
it doesn't taste, it doesn't feel more intense than the other one. I can't actually, detect
Oh.
that.
Maybe we already hit a wall with you because you're not used to it.
I don't know.
And this is definitely even more potent than the last one.
Yeah, because when you breathe out, that's when you can like taste and smell the ammonia.
Mm.
It's like Windex, American.
This is made of evil and viciousness.
Oh, God.
That's how we maintain our white teeth in Denmark.
Eating black
Thank you
people.
for that.
Eating black sugar.
Into the bin it goes, and where it belongs.
Quick, where's the Club Zero?
Go on, have some more. It's right there.
Okay, out of everyone who hates licorice, I'm the one who's lasted the longest, therefore I'm victorious.
You win the crown.
So that was
Well, the good thing is that licorice is technically good for your digestion. I mean, so I don't
that was a bounty of
Horrors.
mixed feelings.
Mixed
That
blessings.
was a thing.
What
Oh
would
god, my spit's gone brown!
what would people say was the best out of that? Then?
I would say from the British because obviously I can't talk about the Danish, but I actually really like the curly worlds.
I really like normal chocolate.
Yeah, I quite like the tiffin as a sort of. I quite like the Cadbury ones, but I think that's just me speaking by default. I didn't mind these actually, but they're very stodgy, very heavy.
I like the ones with the cross, the cream ones and the licorice ones. Those were nice.
Oh, the Werther's like ones, yes. On the Danish side, I've got to compliment at least one Danish thing.
Out of the Danish stuff, the spearmint stuff was best.
Oh, yeah, that was alright.
I like the licorice. I do like all the licorice things. They're pinto sweets as well. They're very, well, sweet, but really only many. Not bad.
So that's the story of us, pretty much.
Thank you.
We're all gonna die.
This is a really good
That was
melting
certainly the
together as
thinking-
like 3 different cultures.
I would have to say that's certainly the thinking I had while eating those Danish licorice.
They kill everyone, it's actually cyanide.
Sure, it tastes like it.
Cyanide tastes nice, actually. It tastes like almonds that are bitter.
Yeah.
So that's worse than cyanide.
That should be their tagline.
I
Super bitter,
like that.
worse than cyanide.
Of course, that would be a thing that you know.
Well, no, because it's in every detective novel ever.
Yeah.
He scented bitter almonds. It was cyanide, he said.
Yeah, because bitter almonds, that's the only, because they're related, cyanide's related to almonds.
Yeah, like your man, David Avocado Wolf on Facebook has this meme going around where it's like, this is the bitter almond tree. The American government has banned it because it cures cancer and 17 other things. Isn't that horrible? But if you eat a bitter almond, you're going to die pretty quickly because it does have quite a high cyanide content in it.
Well, it does cure those things then.
Well,
You're dead, so...
He died via Bakewell.
Yeah.
And on that note,
Good night, everybody.